What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for today. Now, we did hit an 8.75x on the VIP today in League of Legends and in Valorant. I believe Valorant happened yesterday, and then we set this up yesterday, and then we hit this one today in League of Legends. Guys, the League of Legends game was not pretty. It was very close. We honestly should not have won the game, but it's nice to see over the past couple of days the luck swing our way just a little bit on this entry, and we did hit an 8.75x, right? So we did have a decent amount of setups today. This one hits. We had a 2.5x right here. I can guarantee you that if this guy played right here, we would have had a full 5.5x or whatever it was, but he ends up DMPing. Why do I know that? Because this guy had 72 passes, all right? So you're almost never going to have a guy have 72 passes when his line is 53, and the guy right next to him playing on the field is not going to also have like 50 to 60 passes. But of course, this guy DMPs. What can you do? Here is a play in Counter-Strike that ends up going over together. Now I'm forgetting, because I always forget, yesterday's play. We went, I think like it was like 1-3. That WNBA player had like 21 points, and she sits the whole fourth quarter. It was really weird. She had two 3-pointers made at halftime, and then she doesn't shoot another three. And then the Counter-Strike game literally went, I believe, 13-7. I think it was 13-7. So it was right in the middle of where a game really should be. So it wasn't a long game. It wasn't a short game. We're going to talk about that today. But when it's right in the middle, 13-7, that's about as smack dab in the middle you can go. We had one guy go over, and we had one guy kind of barely go under. And that's kind of how it is in Counter-Strike, right? If you have a long game where it goes into overtime, you're going to have a lot of kills, right? This game right here, for example, went into overtime. You can go look up the game. Look up R2 versus IMBR Academy on HLTV. It'll bring this game up. Game 1 goes into overtime. This guy gets 17 kills, and literally the last kill that he gets, or one of the last headshots that he gets, is because he went into overtime, all right? Now, League of Legends right here. Send this one out to the VIP. What happened in this game is this team got completely demolished. They get 2-0'd. If this team would have went 1-1, for example, and they would have won at least one game, then there's a really good chance that they went over, but they didn't. They got demolished and they went 0-2. That's fine. That's how League of Legends works, guys. When you lose the game, you're going to go under. When you win the game, you're going to go over. For example, actually, honestly, like these guys should have went over. I'm going to be honest. We got pretty lucky on this slip here. And then in soccer down here, we do have a setup going into tomorrow or tonight, however you want to think about it. Starting in 2 hours, we have a winner under 7 kills and Jaiwoo under 9.5 kills. I actually sent this one out completely free, which was winner at 7 kills, and I said this was my absolute smack favorite play of the day. Take this all day at 7, and it took about 50 minutes. So you guys had 50 minutes, which is a eternity in sports betting, guys. 50 minutes to take this play, and it bumps down to 6 in 50 minutes, all right? So if you're like, 50 minutes, whatever, 50 minutes is a ton of time. So much can happen in 50 minutes in sports betting. So you had all morning to take this pretty much. He bumps down to 6. Great value right there at 7. So hopefully this guy does go under. Now, again, at the end of the day, I always say this. Do I know if this guy's going to get 20 kills? Do I know if this guy's going to get 1 kill? I have no idea. But all I'm saying is that the fact that he bumps down to 6 when we took him at 7 is extremely good value. Now, the play right next to this right here, this girl misses by 1 pass. So, of course, a little bit frustrating. But, guys, it's sports betting. Just as I said, we got lucky here. We got unlucky by this girl missing by 1 pass. We have this as well. I'm going to put this in the middle of the screen. This one right here. And, this one's going to be close, I'll be honest, right? She had about 38 passes at halftime, so she was like right about here. So it looked pretty good, but she really has slowed down in the first 15 minutes of the second half. And this game's happening right now in women's soccer. So hopefully she can finish the game strong and go over. If she misses by 0.5, it's going to be frustrating, but guys, that's how sports betting is. It's a frustrating game, all right? On NOVIG, guys, I want to say we are 4-0 on the tennis plays, all right? So if you guys don't know, I've been working very, very hard in making a tennis model and a WNBA model majority. Now, I'm also working on an MLB one and an NBA one. Right now, the ranking goes, my tennis is the best. WNBA is a close second, and then it drops down a little bit, and then it goes MLB, and then it goes NBA, all right? By far and away, the most profitable sports on NOVIG that I've been betting on have been tennis and have been WNBA. Tennis, I'm like 35-18, and then WNBA, I think I'm like 27-10, not 10, 27-19 or something like that. And then like NBA or MLB doing well, and then NBA is just a little bit of profit on top of that. But everything's been hitting closing line value. And I do want to say, If you want to get into the VIP, guys, you have to sign up for NOVIG, if I can find it. NOVIG. All right, I talked about this yesterday. You can literally deposit $1 today into NOVIG and get into the VIP, all right? So if the VIP to you is not worth $1, I don't know what to tell you, then you're probably just never going to get into the VIP, because this is the absolute best thing I've ever offered, right? $1 to get a month into the VIP. Now, how's this going to work? You have to sign up for NOVIG. You have to, of course, never have used NOVIG before. And you have to be in one of these states that NOVIG is legal in. It's legal in most states. Use my code detective. And what it's going to do is going to apply a 90% off promo to your deposit. So, of course, 90% off of $10 is just $1. So you have to then use the $10 deposit. This will be $1. Your purchase will be $1. You put $1 into NOVIG. You get a free $10 because it's $1 to $10. And on top of it, for signing up, you get a free $5. All right. And I believe there's something with NOVIG that if you log in every day, you get a free $1. All right. So they just like throw money at you on NOVIG. Now, with that being said, if you want to actually be like smart, put $5 in and you'll get $50. All right. So this is spend 5, get 50. But what they're doing is they're doing a 90% off discount. So you could potentially do $3 and you'd get $30, or $5 and you get $50. The cap is 50. So 5 to win, to not win, to, I said this yesterday too, 5 to get 50, $1 to get 10. All I'm asking you to get 1 month is $1 to get 10. But of course, if you can just put 5 in and get 50, then you should do that. And we're going to win long-term on NOVIG, guys. I have a play in NOVIG in today's video as well. Guys, I just updated all of this literally 5 minutes ago. All right. So if you want to pause the video and see how we've done so far on PrizePicks and Underdog, if you want to see how we've done so far in the straight bets, go ahead and do that. Now, this is not considering NOVIG. I'm probably going to sub in NOVIG here in the next couple of days, because I've kind of not taken that many bets on Onyx and Rebet so much. Just because I've really been enjoying NOVIG. I think they have better odds there. And then on Sleeper, we're up 20 units so far. Most of this has been this month, by the way. And then on Better, we've been dominating Better, guys. We just, crushing Better recently, okay? So up like 40 units on Better, 20 units on Sleeper. By the way, I just want to show, because I don't know, people just always doubt what I do, which is so funny because I have everything tracked on this channel. Like, I have 700 videos that you can go and watch and be like, okay, how is he done on, how did he do yesterday? How did he do the day before that? If you want to know how I did in October 13th of 2024, you could go find that video and you could go see it, right? So it's so funny to me when, like, again, I'm not talking to anyone specifically, but like just genuinely, like, it's so funny that people will doubt my process, because everything is tracked on this channel. It's a public record. You can scroll down on your phone or your laptop, whatever you're watching this on, go click my channel and just go scroll through every video that I have. And it's a track record of how I've done, right? The reason why I started this channel was not to like flaunt my bets, not to give out bets. It was because I had a winning strategy, which is correlation, which I'm gonna get to in this video, but I always talk about it. Correlation. I told a lot of my hometown friends to start betting like this, or a lot of my college friends that are way smarter than me. I have college friends way smarter than me. They got accepted to MIT, yada, yada. And I started betting like this, and they were not listening to me. They're like, whatever. They just kind of like blew me off. And I was like, I have to tell someone about this. So this is why I started this channel in 2023. I crushed it in 2023 during that football season. You can go back to some of those videos in 2023, and I'm laying down $40, $50 in 6-man NFL correlated entries. It was like the Wild West back then. And, I've honed in my strategy with eSports and with soccer and with, of course, football. When that gets going, of course, always going to be football stuff. But anyway, what I want to say is that, like, okay, here was the last screenshot I had in Better, right? This is what I've been showing, and we kind of go up and flatline, then we go up, and then we go down, right? Okay, here is all I've added, right? I update this about once a week, maybe every couple of days. So again, you go up, you flatline, then we go down, then we've gone up, right? Because we've hit like a lot of entries on Better recently. So Better's been doing great. PrizePicks Underdog, I've told you guys pretty much Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I think we had losing days. We pretty much like break even today because we have an 8.5x, all right? So again, the winning days are going to come, guys. I believe in the end of April and the beginning of May, we had a 12-day winning streak, all right? So that stuff's not going to happen. That stuff is out of the ordinary. And I want to also tell you guys, like, that is not normal in sports betting. All right, that is not normal behavior. I've been like making a lot of short form content, so hopefully you guys have been looking at those videos. And I've been scrolling on TikTok because now I get all these like sports betting guys that'll get on my phone and on TikTok and stuff. And like I'll see people and they'll talk on their phone. They're like, "We've been profitable for the past 2 years," or "We've been profitable for the past 6 months." And I'm like, "Bro, you've been profitable like like not to downplay anything, because being profitable is genuinely impressive. That is a top 3% of sports bettors by being profitable, because 97% of sports bettors lose. But to like flex that you're profitable is nothing, right? We're up 1,000 units in 2 years, guys. We went up 600 units in 2024 and 300 units in 2025. That is not being profitable. That is like a top 1% of 1% of sports bettors, all right? So not many people are doing it like me right now, all right? So go ahead and do that. By the way, we're up 102 units on PrizePicks and Underdog, guys. I just gave you a method to get into the VIP for $1. So if you don't think you can make $1 back in a month, then I don't even know why you're watching this video, because you obviously don't believe in my bets anyway. On NOVIG, guys, this is going to be the play of the day. I don't know how to say this guy's name. It came straight from the tennis model, and I went ahead and put it in here. I'm just going to call him Hugo, and we're going to take him under, minus 2.5 games right here, okay? And this is going to be pretty much even odds at minus 114. So go ahead and take this. It's straight from the tennis model. Again, the tennis model, I believe right now is 35-18, all right? So been doing very, very well on those bets. I sent out a VIP play today on the tennis model, and it goes ahead and hits at a plus 145 underdog, all right? And this guy goes ahead and wins his game. So great entry right there. Let's go ahead and get into the PrizePicks entry, all right? I know I talk a lot. I'm sorry about that, but PrizePicks entry today. Now, we have not done so well on the free picks. With that being said, I've been giving out like one pick a day, right? Which is how the VIP works. I give out like 8 to 10 plays a day, all right? So the amount of plays and the volume that you have, especially when playing 3 and 4 man entries, it matters a lot. Because if I play a 3-man like this and get a 6x, I could lose 5 entries and then I could hit the 6-1 and I would completely break even. And on the free play, like the free plays I give out on these videos, that could be 6 days. So we could have a loss on Monday, a loss on Tuesday, a loss on Wednesday, a loss on Thursday, a loss on Friday. And on Friday, you think I'm horrible. You're like, dude, what is this guy doing? He's lost every day. And then on Saturday, we hit the 3-man for a 6x. And the whole week is a break even at that point. And then sometimes I've even came back Sunday, hit another one, and now we're up 5 units on the entire week in its entirety. But a lot of people just will see the day-to-day, and they'll be like, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's doing, right? And that's what we do on the VIP as well, just a lot quicker, right? The speed is way quicker because I'm giving out 8 to 10 entries a day. So instead of over the course of a week, you getting 8 entries or 7 entries, you're getting 8 entries a day, all right? And that's why we have so much profit. So long story short, if you're actually serious about making money, join the VIP, guys. There's so many reasons to do that. Again, the $1 thing is the shining reason why you need to join the VIP. All those steps are going to be in the description, or you can just text me NOVIG. Now, Counter-Strike correlation, beautiful correlated play right here that I'm about to get into. But I do want to say, this play right here, Kiki Rice, my favorite WNBA play that I have seen all season long. Now, the season, they've only had like 5 games, but this play is a 10 out of 10 beauty play right here. This is an amazing, amazing play. I'm going to put a little 10 out of 10 right here. Amazing play at 15.5 points and rebounds, all right? I also love her at 12.5 points on PrizePicks right now, okay? So points and rebounds, her points, love this play. Absolutely love this play. I might even love her points more, to be honest. Sorry, this is her Green Goblin. I love her points and her points rebounds about equally. I would lean her points rebounds just because I think it's a little bit more consistent. Now, why do I love this play, all right? Look at her minutes these past couple of games. She's a rookie, by the way, all right? So she is quickly earning trust with her coach. Her coach actually came out a couple of games ago and said she plays very hard, very physical, and she impressed her with her decision-making, all right? So the coach is already taking notice to Kiki Rice as a rookie. With that being said, the main reason why I like this is she is now in a starting role these past 2 games, all right? You'll see that she's played 20 minutes, 21 minutes, and then she comes back and hits 35 minutes, 34 minutes back-to-back. Now, you might be like, all right, why is she randomly starting now? The reason why she's randomly starting is because this girl right here, Alaman, is out with a groin injury, okay? You'll see that if I click here, she had DMP, and she has a groin injury that has sidelined her for 2 games, and I expect it to sideline her again, all right? There's been no reports that she's gotten any better, no reports that she's back to basketball, and they play tomorrow night or Thursday night. You know, if you're watching this, they play tonight. So it's very, very unlikely that Alaman is going to play. She's going to probably need the whole weekend to recover from this groin injury, and that's going to put Kiki Rice again in the starting position, playing 35 to 34 minutes in this game, and you'll see the times she's gone. Playing 20 minutes versus 35 to 34 minutes is a completely different stratosphere, right? So if she plays another 15 minutes than what she's used to, then she's just going to get another 22 to 24 PR, right? So amazing play here. Again, if this girl is injured, which I would put it at probably a 90 to 95% chance that she does not play tomorrow with the groin injury, then Kiki's going to get another 34 to 35 minutes, and it's going to take a absolutely horrible performance for her to go under, because she's really good. She was the 6th round pick. She's earned a lot of trust from her coach. She's been taking shots. She's been getting rebounds. She got 7 rebounds and 5 rebounds in the past game she's played. Amazing, amazing play. I love it. All right. She's also playing a softer defense right here. I was wrong. The Lynx, the past couple of years, the Lynx have been super solid on defense, but this year they have not looked so good. So they're playing a softer defense, kind of middle of the road defense. But again, I love it. I love this play. All right, love this play. Beautiful play right there. And then we have correlated Counter-Strike right here. I do not want to get too into the weeds here because I explain this stuff almost every day. Guys, how Counter-Strike works is if you get more rounds, you're going to get more kills, all right? So if you get 45 rounds or higher, right, if you look at the graphic that I put together, and I talk about this every day, 45 rounds or higher are longer games, 35 rounds or fewer are shorter games, okay? If it's somewhere in the middle, it's kind of, sometimes the overs, sometimes the unders, sometimes one guy's going to hit, sometimes one guy's going to miss. But what we're really hoping for is like overtime. And you might be thinking about NBA or NFL overtime and be like, well, dude, overtime happens maybe 5% of the games that I watch, right? But with Counter-Strike and Valorant, overtime happens about 20 to 30% of the time. So overtime is a very big part of these games. Now, I just filtered this guy by the times that he's gone 46 rounds and higher, and you'll see that he does mostly go over. Again, because, for example, this game goes into overtime. Some of these other games go into overtime or go the distance. You're going to see the same thing with PKL. If I filter him by some of the rounds he's gone, 44, 45 rounds, you're going to see days going over most of the time. If you guys want me to show what the unders look like, if he goes about, 36, 37 rounds, something like that, he's going to go under most of the time, all right? So it is correlated based off of game length, right? League of Legends is correlated based off if a team is winning or losing. So you're going to bet on one team, and if they win, they're going to go over. If they lose, they're going to go under. League of Legends and Valorant is completely different. It is correlated based off game length, okay? So it doesn't matter if a team wins or loses. All that matters is if the game is a longer game or a shorter game. So right here, we are obviously hoping for a longer game because we took the overs. If this game goes into overtime, if this game goes 13 to 10, 13 to 11, then we are looking really good. Now, your homework today is go to a site called HLTV. Just type this in, HLTV, on your phone or on your computer, and go sort through the games, all right? It's HLTV right here. I'm giving you guys a cheat code. Go to results, sort through all the games, and just click on random games. You'd be like, this game went into overtime. Let's go look at how many kills these guys got. They're going to get more kills. All right, let's look at another game. Okay, these guys, it was only 13 to 1 or 13 to 2. It was a shorter game. All right, these guys got less kills. You're going to see that over and over and over again, guys. I've watched hundreds of Counter-Strike games. I've watched hundreds of League of Legends games. I've played these games personally. I know how these games work in and out. This is very correlated because if a longer game happens, these guys are obviously in the same game. So if they play in a longer game, they're going to play it together. And that both of these guys are likely to play in a longer game, together. They're going to be in the same game. So they're going to go over together or under together. That is correlation. That is the strategy that I talked about and that I found out in 2023 and that I used in the NFL. And then I eventually made this channel, and I'm trying to speak the truth to you guys about this stuff every day and trying to tell you guys that you can make money taking correlation in soccer, for example, in League of Legends, in Valorant, for example. And that is what we do, right? That is how you see this graph over the past 2 years. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I have a lot of promos you can use, all right? So first of all, sign SGA jersey. You guys know what to do, like and comment. But you guys can sign up for NOVIG. You guys can sign up for Rebet. You guys can sign up for Better that I talked about. You guys can also sign up for Bovada, all right? Bovada still stands, guys. I want you to sign up for Bovada. You get 2 months of the VIP. It's going to take a $20 deposit instead of a $1 deposit. So if you want to put a little bit more money in, you get 2 free months of the VIP with Bovada. I will also have a lock for you on Bovada. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.